channel. Miss Coffee here, and today we're back with Q&A number 11. So for this Q&A, you were looking for the picture, i.e. the video over on the Facebook group of Gumball on his leash walking around the neighborhood, because who doesn't walk ferrets? Of course this would happen in my house. So I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful day. We are going to go ahead and jump right on into it because you guys know these videos usually take a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So let's go. I will have another picture up on Saturday, probably, of your next image. You're going to probably look for Louise Belcher. Louise is a character from Bob's Burgers. I've been doing a lot of fan art lately, so that is the next image you're going to look for. So with that said, without further ado, let's go. Our first question comes to us. Hold on a second. I'm missing something. Better. All right. So pay all this money for glasses and then don't wear them. So our first question comes to us from Olivia. Olivia asks, hello, Miss Coffee. Hey. You asked, how did I get started DP? My neighbor daughter was doing a DP. I saw it, immediately went to YouTube and searched DP. I saw your hands. I was looking for African-American creators and saw your hands and fell in love with your channel. I haven't missed too many lives. Keep providing us with many ideas and good suggestions for DP. Thanks for, oh, hold on. It went somewhere. Sorry about that. Literally had it on there and it decided to just jump. So, and I'm not editing that out. Real life in these crafty streets. Keep providing us with good ideas and suggestions for DP. Thanks for the truth and stories you bring about the family. My favorite is What You Got Wednesday. Everybody loves What You Got Wednesday. So thank you so much, Olivia, for your statement. I really appreciate it. The next one comes to us from Manon. Manon says, hi, Miss Coffee. Hey. My question is, do you know how long a diamond painting stays sticky? I have 2 DPs from DAC. Say that 5 times fast. That are 2 years old, and I don't feel like doing DP for now. I get that in my soul. So I was wondering how long before it stops being sticky. Have a very nice week. You too, Manon. Okay, so how long does it take to become unsticky? I don't know. The kit that I have that is the oldest is probably about 4.5 or 4 years old. And I don't necessarily go and touch the glue on it because it kind of makes it less sticky. I think it would take a course of years as long as it's covered up and is in its original state. I think it might take a few years, if not longer, to become unsticky. There's no real reason for it to essentially, for the glue to harden or anything. It is glue, and like glue in a container, like when you go buy glue at like the store and you buy like the Elmer's glue, when you get the Elmer's glue, you don't know how long it's been sitting on the shelf, and it's still glue. I would assume the same for the diamond painting canvases. So I honestly don't know. I've only been diamond painting for 4 years, and so the longest canvas that I've had in my stash is only 4 years old. Sorry, I have something on my glasses and it's bothering me. So I'm not 100% sure, but I have a 4-year-old kit and I'm pretty sure it's still tacky. I don't necessarily go in and touch and look at every kit every day, so I couldn't tell you, but I have opened up kits that are over a year old and haven't had any issues. So I don't know. I don't think it would take, I think it would take a very, very long time. That's a question I would ask DAC, seeing as it is their glue. The thing is, I don't think they've changed their gluing process since I've met them. So, yeah, I would totally ask DAC how long that would take, because I'm not 100% sure how long it takes, because I don't know anybody that's been DPing longer than maybe 5 or 6 years. So, I don't know. That's a good question, though. Thank you for that question, Manon. The next question comes to us from Elle. Or is it Ellie? We're going to say Ellie, because that just sounds cute. If your name is Elle, I'm sorry. We're naming you Ellie. Ellie D says, hi, Miss Coffee. Hi. I had a whole monologue about your name just now. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It is. Today is Friday. I'm getting ready for the charity stream that we're doing tonight. And I haven't done much of anything today. It's been a glorious day. It's been raining for 2 days in a row here in Ohio. My question is, I'm interested in destashing a couple of DPs. How do I ship it to an interested buyer? What's a good wrapping material for this etc, etc. Should I pay the shipping to or the buyer? Is it okay to sell by how much I got? Thank you. Appreciate your time. So when selling your diamond paintings, when you're destashing, when you realize that your problem has become a problem and you want to destash, these are my tips for destashing, okay? First tip, you want to make sure you provide a picture of each canvas that you are destashing, just because if you just say that you're destashing with a list, a lot of the times people will think you're scamming them. So please make sure that you are taking pictures of each canvas that you're willing to ship, whether you take just a picture of the box or you pull the stuff out, including the toolkit, the toolkit, the canvas, and the sticky paper that tells you that it is the correct canvas. You want to take a picture of it so that you're being as transparent with your buyer as possible, because if this happens again in the future, people are going to know, oh, she was a crappy seller last time, or she was a really good seller, I really want to buy from her again. So you want to gain that trust from your potential buyers by being as transparent as you can about the kits that you're destashing. If you are missing a color, if a color is off, or what have you, if you notice something up with that kit, you want to make sure that they know. Also, if you're selling a kit with a lifetime warranty, you're going to want to contact the company, because some companies like DAC, I know for sure, if you destash a kit and somebody else purchases it, it voids the warranty of that kit. So they can no longer go to DAC if they're missing drills, or they drop their drills, or their dog eats them, or their kid eats them. So you want to make sure that you know the warranty information on the kit and how it worked if you were to sell it to someone else. When it comes to wrapping material, they have a brown wrapping paper over at Walmart. I don't know. Well, you live in Ohio. They have Walmart. So over at Walmart, there's a brown packing paper, and it's in a roll. You can get it for, I want to say, like $3 or $4. I would wrap it in that, because I understand that a lot of people like doing the fancy wrapping with the wrapping paper and the bows and the stickers and the lollipops and all that other good jazz. If you're trying to save on shipping cost, go with the brown paper. Nobody cares what it's wrapped in. They care what's inside the package. Remember that. Nobody's looking at it going, oh my God, this is beautifully packaged and it's beautiful. Unless you're like an actual seller of diamond paintings, nobody cares. Like if you're destashing, nobody cares what it comes in, as long as it comes to them safely and with all of its pieces, okay? So the brown wrapping paper is, I think it's called craft paper or something. It's in the packing section. Like when you go to Walmart, in that section where they have like all the packing paper and stuff, in there, it's like craft paper or packing paper or something. It's brown. Wrap it in that. It's a really thick brown paper that you can wrap it in. Works wonders. It's what I destash all of my kits in, and it saves on shipping costs because it doesn't weigh a whole lot. When it comes to shipping, if you're shipping a diamond painting, I don't know how this is outside of the U.S., but in the U.S., we have something here called pirateship.com. Pirate Ship will not only find you the cheapest, but it will also find you the best rate for your experience. So if you decide that you want to go with UPS, you can go to UPS and it'll show you all the rates for UPS. If you decide you want to go with DHL for some god-awful reason, you can go find whatever. It has a couple of companies on there that you can find. It'll tell you the cheapest shipping rate. Now, how I go about destashing is, when a person says that they're interested, I ask for their information. You want to make sure that they message it to you in case you need to refer back to it when you're entering it in. You can get their information, type it into Pirate Ship, and Pirate Ship will automatically give you a rate based on where they live. You then add that in with the cost that the cost of the kit. So say you're selling your kits for $40. $40 plus shipping. You show them the shipping cost. Like you show them the actual picture where it tells you how much it costs to ship. You then have them pay that on top of the cost of the kit. And then once they've paid, you print out that label and put it on their kit. It's the easiest way, it's the cheapest way, it's the fastest way to do that. I don't know of any other way, because this is how I do it, and I save a boat ton of money versus, like, say, doing it from like a website where they have to estimate how much. On Pirate Ship, you're getting the exact cost of shipping, and so you're not overcharging people, and people like the fact that you're, one, going to be transparent with them so they know what to expect. And two, that it's not going to cost them an arm and a leg. Like, I know a lot of people out here, especially people that live outside of the U.S., are looking for destashes, and they look for them because the shipping isn't as high. Where a lot of people will say, I will ship to out of US, but it's an extra $40. I can tell you right now, I've never paid over $40 for shipping using Pirate Ship. And there was one time before I found Pirate Ship that I paid $98 to send a single canvas to a person in Ireland. And it wasn't Rachel, it was somebody else. I don't remember her name. But I paid $98 to send it to her, not realizing that I had severely overpaid. I now pay probably somewhere between 22 to 30 bucks to send something out of country, especially if it's a diamond painting. So make sure you're being transparent by showing the kit contents. Make sure you get their address and everything so that you can tell them what the exact cost of shipping is. Charge them the exact cost of shipping and the cost of the kit. Use the brown craft paper from Walmart because it doesn't weigh as much and it's going to bring down your shipping costs. Because right now, shipping costs are, of course, high here in the U.S. They're high everywhere, apparently. So you want to do what's not only best for your peoples, but you also don't want to rip them off by making them pay more than they need to for shipping. So that's my advice. Hopefully that was helpful. So thank you so much, Ellie, for your question. The next question, that was actually a really good question. That next question is Joan. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. I love all your furry pets. My question is, what made you decide to get ferrets? Now, for those of y'all who don't know, yes, we have ferrets. We have two ferrets, Anais and Gumball, and that's Anais and Gumball. It's from the show Amazing Adventures of Gumball. One, Mr. Coffee and I have always both apparently wanted ferrets, but never got them. It was one of those silent things that we both wanted. We just never said we wanted until last year, right around my birthday. We had mentioned about getting ferrets. We happened to see a video about ferrets online somewhere, and I was like, oh my God, I've always wanted ferrets. They're so cute. And he was like, oh my God, yeah, I would love to get ferrets. I'm like, really? Well, for my birthday, we went to the zoo last year with the kids, which was really for the kids. We went to the zoo, and, sorry, my ear's itchy. We went to the zoo, and we were in a place in North Dakota that is like a major city. And so I was like, hey, why don't we hop on over to the pet store? Because I knew pet stores had ferrets. And so I'm like, why don't we hop over to the pet store to see see the animals? Because that's one thing that we used to always like to do with the kids is go take them to go see the animals at the pet store because you hear all the birds chirping, you can see the hamsters and all that. So, and plus Maggie likes snakes, and that's the only time she'll ever see a snake anywhere near us. So I was like, all right, let's go to the pet store. We go over to the pet store, and sure enough, they had 2 ferrets left. I had just gotten paid from YouTube, I believe. Yeah, it was YouTube because it was the 28th of August last year. My birthday was like 5 days prior. But they had 2 ferrets left, and they were telling us that they come from the same litter, so they were brother and sister, and they kind of wanted to sell them as a pair, but understood if somebody wanted to buy them separately. As we're looking at it, some lady goes and picks up one of the ferrets and goes, I think I'm going to buy this one. Kind of puts it back down in there, like not very softly either. She just puts it down in there. Now, when we got the ferrets, they were about 6 months old. So we were just like, is she going to take those ferrets? And she's like, that's the lady. She comes in all the time and buys ferrets because I don't remember what she said, but I do remember her saying she comes in all the time to buy ferrets. And she only buys one at a time. And I was like, but you don't want to separate them. They're brother and sister. And she goes, yeah, that's why we're trying to sell them as a pair. And so right as the lady's like looking at it, the lady goes, can I get this? And she goes, I think they're about to get them. I looked at Mr. Coffee. He looked at me. He's like, sold. What do we need to take care of them? So we got all the stuff we needed to take care of them. And that's how we got our ferrets. But it was just one of those things. It was off a whim. It was just kind of one of those, like, Orion can't cap a cat. He's allergic no matter how much he wants to try. He cannot have a cat. Why don't we get a ferret? It's the next best thing. They act like cats. And they do. Minus cats don't typically steal your stuff, but like Anais and Gumball will go up to a table and knock your stuff off of it so that they can steal it. So yeah, that's how we got the ferrets, and that's why, because we just kind of wanted ferrets, and there's something like cats, and Orion absolutely loves them. So there's that. Thank you so much, Joan, for your question. Next one comes to us from Rachel. Rachel says, hey, Miss Coffee. Hey, I love your channel. My question is, if you had the chance to teach someone a craft, what would it be and why? Crocheting, because I know it better than anything else. I've been doing crocheting since I was about 5 years old. I did take a pretty long hiatus there because I thought it was stupid. And then I got back into it, I want to say about 17 years ago. Because it was like a year before I had Minna. So, about 17, 18 years ago. And because I'm self-taught, I would just make things. I would just make them. And then people started seeing them and wanted to buy them. And then they would buy them. It was a whole big thing. But it's the one craft that I've been doing the longest and that I have the most knowledge of. So it would definitely be crocheting because that's just my jive. And if you've been here for a while, you know my name used to be Crafting with Miss Crochet and Coffee, which is why a lot of people call me Miss CC or call me CC or whatever. That is why. The other C stands for crochet. So yeah, it would definitely be crochet. So thank you so much, Rachel, for your question. The next question comes to us from JY. Hi, Miss Coffee. Hey. I hope you're enjoying your 4th weekend. My question for you is, at what age would you let Maggie and Orion start their own YouTube or Twitch channel? They did a great job in live when you went to talk to Mr. Coffee. I'm enjoying your channel and thank you. Oh, geez. Probably when they're about 16. I don't remember how old you have to be to start a Twitch. Orion is very interested in starting a Twitch. Maggie has no interest. Maggie just likes being the center of attention. So there's that. But probably when he's 16, when he's old enough and mature enough to understand that not everybody's going to be as nice about things and the world isn't as nice and peachy red as most people would like you to think that it is. Once he gets to about that age, I'll probably let him, but there will be a lot of security on that page just to make sure that he is protected and so are the people in chat so that you're not getting a bunch of trolls and everything else. So I would probably say about 16. Now, like I said, for Maggie, she has no interest on being online. She wants to do she does her fake TikTok videos where she'll get on a filter and dance around with her camera recording. And she sends those to me all day, every day. She sent me 2 since I've been sitting here. But I don't think she's interested in streaming anything. If it was, I wouldn't even know what she would stream. Orion wants to stream video games. Maggie, I'm not sure what she would stream. So there's that. So thank you so much for your question. The next question comes to us from Sarah. She goes, hi, Miss Coffee. Hey, no question this week, but Gumballs looks really cute in his harness. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. The next question comes to us from Red Rose Diamonds and Crafts. Hi, Miss Coffee. Hey. You've talked about your colorblindness in the past, and I believe you said it's red and green. Yes. If so, do you prefer a winter theme like blues and silvers at Christmas time? Yes. One, because they're a lot brighter and I can see them perfectly fine. 2, I don't mind reds, but I can't see them. Most reds to me look like a hot pink. Hues of red also do bother me. They don't really bother me. I just can't see them well enough to be like, ooh, I like that. So, yeah. I usually tend to go, we actually tend to go for more of a, not like a rainbow color, but more of a, our Christmas tree last year, we finally got a tree that I wanted, and it was a silver Christmas tree. And then we put I don't even know, white icicle lights on it, just because I can see that perfectly fine. But anything like red and green, I have trouble seeing it correctly. So I'm like, why does that tree look like that? Or, why does that particular item look like that? So it's kind of weird, but yes, during Christmas, I don't typically do the blue. I just mostly like silver. I just want everything silver. So yeah, there you go. Thank you so much, Rose Red Diamonds and Craft, for your question. The next one comes to us from Stacy. Oh, bless Miss Coffee. I love animals, but I don't have any. Your family home is so creative and wonderful. Oh, thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. We're going to have a lot of those comments because I noticed on the Facebook page there was more ahs and oohs over Gumball walking on the harness than there was questions. So just a heads up. The next one comes to us from Diamond Art. Hi, Miss Coffee. Hey, love your channel. Thanks. My question is, would you ever buy another pet? What do you mean? I also do diamond painting and always do it while watching you. Love your stories. Hope you're okay. I am great. Would I buy another pet? Not right now. I can't buy another pet right now. If I bought another pet right now, my parents would kill me because they want me to come get my dog. The problem is, yeah, that's a long way to go drive just to go get a dog. So I'm kind of hoping that they will keep the dog, because the dog does keep my dad company, and as much as my dad doesn't like to admit it, I'm pretty sure my dad suffers from a form of depression, and I'm pretty sure that dog helps him with that. And I feel like if I go get him now, after having him for so long, it might throw my dad into a depression for him being gone. So I'm kind of trying to con them into keeping him. So yeah, but if I were to get another pet, it would probably be another dog. Mr. Coffee has been talking about corgis a lot lately, because he loves Killian, and was like, what if we had a miniature version of Killian? And I was like, what's a miniature version of Killian? And he's like, a baked potato. I want a corgi. So maybe one of those dogs at some point, but right now we're pretty happy with the 4 animals that we have in the house. But thank you so much for your question, Diamond Art. The next question comes to us from Madison. Madison says, hi, Miss Coffee. Hey. My question is, how are you and the kids coping with Mr. Coffee's schedule? What do you mean? What do you mean by coping with the schedule? I don't think the kids even notice half the time. Mr. Coffee, you gotta remember, when the kids were babies, Mr. Coffee was never around. It was always just me. So now that Mr. Coffee, his work schedule changed, it only does this every once in a while. This isn't an all the time thing. They had some really big jobs that came up those last 2 weeks and made them incredibly busy. For this week, Mr. Coffee has worked his normal 12-hour days. So, like, that's normal for us. It doesn't really affect anything. He's still home a little bit after we finish eating dinner. Excuse me. And so it doesn't really affect anything. You're hearing Daisy scratching her collar. I promise it's not Christmas in my house. Daisy, stop it! So it doesn't really affect anything. It just means that he just won't get home at a reasonable time. And because it's summer, the kids will stay up until he gets home. And then as soon as he gets home, they, like, immediately they'll give him a hug. And on their way back upstairs, they just pass out. So there's that. Me, on the other hand, I hate it. I absolutely hate it, because I spend the entire day waiting for him to get home, and then when he's supposed to get home, I then get a message 5 minutes before he's supposed to get home, letting me know that he's going to be another few hours because he has this to do, that to do, blah, 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 blah. So, I hate it. The kids, I don't think they give a crap. So, there's that. So, thank you so much, Madison, for your question. But, yeah, he's back to his normal schedule now. That only happens every once in a while when they get a couple of really busy jobs, and he's been doing this long enough that I kind of know the ropes of the hours thing, and I kind of signed up for this, so if I hadn't, I would have stayed my tail back in Pennsylvania. So, next question comes to us from Nettie. Nettie says, where do you get your diamond trays? Oh, sorry. Mooney Maid. Mooney Maid. Mooney Maid is a seller. She is on Instagram. She is on Facebook. She is on Etsy. I don't know if she has her own website yet. She sells the trays that I use. Now, there are a couple of other really good tray sellers as well, like Tig's Treasures is a website that has really good trays. Creations de Clos. She's on Instagram. She has really good trays. She's where I got that little skillet tray from that everybody loves. Those would be my top 3 to go to. So Tig's Treasures, Mooney Maid is number 1, then Tig's Treasures, and then I would go with Creations de Clos, because Creations de Clos does like the shapes and stuff. So sometimes they're not practical for diamond painting. Like, I have a star tray over there, and the star tray is great and it's cute and it's adorable, but there's no opening to get the drills out, so it's kind of a pain in the butt to do so. So my top pick would be definitely Mooney Maid. Is my hands down go-to. Like, many imposters out there of Mooney Maid's trays, but none of them are ever going to compare to Mooney Maid. So there you go. So the next question comes to us from Miriam. 1, love that name. 2, hello, Miss Coffee. Hi. Thanks for your videos. I don't always get the time to watch completely. I pause and come back to them the next day. Is that affecting your numbers? Asking for myself. No. if anything, it counts that you watched it twice. So what ends up happening is after a few minutes of you watching a video, if you have to pause it and exit out and then go back and then continue watching it, when you go back, that counts as another view. So that actually makes it look good, because that just tells YouTube that you're actually interested in that content because you actually went back to it. I need to get better at telling and asking, or not telling, but asking y'all to like and dislike or comment and stuff on the videos so that the algorithm starts liking me again, because they were hating me for a while there. That's the other reason why, if you didn't notice, that I don't draw on the channel anymore. If you would like to see me draw and interact with me, you are going to have to come over to Twitch. I do apologize. What happens is, if you do more than one thing on YouTube, it confuses the hell out of YouTube, and they're like, I don't know where to send your videos. Where they do have a crafting realm, drawing isn't in that realm. So then that broadcasts to a whole different audience, and YouTube hates it when you do that. Am I going to start another channel for it? Hell no. No. I will stick to Twitch. I'm doing pretty good over on Twitch. I'm trying to make partner right now, which just means I have to have 75 plus people talking at the same time for a couple of days, and then I can make new emotes and stuff. I think if I ever made partner on Twitch, I would start selling prints of some of my work. I would start doing, like, I don't know, $10 doodles, where I will doodle something you request for $10 and then send it to you in a digital copy. Stuff like that. But for right now, I'm just enjoying the journey of being over on Twitch and learning and meeting some of the new folks over there. I do have a lot of you guys over on Twitch, and I can't thank you enough for your love and support over there. That really means a lot, because you're essentially hyping me up to reach my goal of becoming an artist one day. So I do really appreciate it. So yeah, I don't know. It tells the algorithm that you like the videos and to recommend that kind of videos to you. So I hope that helped, Miriam. So thank you so much for that question. The next question comes to us from Kim's Got a New Groove. Yes. Hey, Miss Coffee. Did you see the turd has been deleted from Aquaman 2 movie? I did see and hear that. I laughed so hard. Kama did a Karen on her ass. Have a fabulous day. You too. Tuani is our next one up, which, by the way, thank you so much, Kim, for that. I really appreciate it. Tuani, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I probably am, and you're probably laughing at me. Don't laugh at my stupidity. She says, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. I'd be better if, I didn't feel so lazy right now, but I'm actually doing pretty good. The family's doing good. Mr. Coffee isn't working the crazy hours right now, and I'm enjoying some much needed R&R with all the busy scheduling things that I have to do. So I'm not doing too bad. So that is all the questions from the YouTube channel over on the community tab. The next thing we're going to do is go over to YouTube. Now, I am looking, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions. There's a lot of comments. I will still read the comments, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions. If I missed questions, somebody please let me know, and I will do another cute whip and chat with the questions or whatever. So, the first comment comes to us from Olivia. She just gives us a heart because, again, it's a video. I should have known not to put a video up. I should have just put up a picture, so I'll make sure to put up a picture next week. Yvonne says, so adorable. Anna says, oh my God, I thought it was a furry snake. A lot of people did. My mother-in-law says, that's so cute. Sandra Tolan says, oh, so cute. My daughter's ferrets, badgers love going outside on his leash. See, it's not just my ferrets that go outside. Barbara says, he found a drain pipe to hide in. If he gets given a chance, he probably would. Winda says, cute baby. Okay, that's Mr. Coffee. Neferteria says, too cute. Eden Foster says, hey, Miss Coffee. Hey, Eden. If y'all didn't know, Eden is one of my Cincy girls. I enjoy watching your Friday Night Lives and have been a subscriber for a bit. I'm sure you have a disclaimer of all the haters, but I'm curious as to how you came up with what you say. And how did the didgeridoo Mr. Coffee plays come into to be a thing? I hope you're having a wonderful day, and hello to everyone in the coffee house. Well, hello, Eden. Hope you're doing well. So we'll get to the didgeridoo first, because that's an easier answer. Y'all are the reason that my husband has a didgeridoo. And when I say y'all, I say y'all because back when I used to do live streams, well, back when I did live streams on the channel, there was something said. Mr. Coffee had said something about always wanting a didgeridoo. And for some reason, my dad went, oh, is that a challenge? Bet, I got you. My dad buys him this freaking thing. And I think like a week later, he bought him a waffle maker too. I use a waffle maker more than he does. But now I want a waffle. Anyways, a week later, a didgeridoo shows up at my house. This gigantic long box. And if you don't know what a didgeridoo is, Google it. Google is free, y'all. I don't show it on the channel a lot just because Mr. Coffee doesn't like being on camera a whole lot. But if I hit 1,000 followers over on Twitch, apparently Mr. Coffee has agreed to play a video game for you guys. So I'm excited for that. Because I play games, but not like he does. Like, he's a real gamer. I'm just someone who likes to dabble in playing games every once in a while. Except for Gears. I will up some Gears. Anyways, long story short. Mr. Coffee got it from my dad after people in chat were hyping my husband up about getting one. And he just started playing it. And then one night in chat, somebody asked, could he play the didgeridoo? And he started playing and playing and playing and playing. And then it just became a thing that every week he played the didgeridoo. It's been a thing probably for like the last 3 years. The disclaimer. So if you have never watched or seen a live, I have a disclaimer that I like to say in my live streams, which is usually about 30 to 45 minutes in, where I'm like, welcome to the After Hours Crafters Lounge. I introduce myself and my co-host, who is usually my husband. Even though he's not in the same room, he will come in and put his 2 cents in. I'm like, in this live, you will hear noises in the background. You might hear my dogs running around, my kids running around, like chickens with their heads cut off. I can't tell them to stop. They live here and help pay rent. You're going to hear me vaping. No, I don't want your opinion on it. I have my own, but thank you for having an opinion on it anyways. If anything in this live offends you, chaps your ass in any ways, this is the part where we're going to have to split ways, like butt cheeks, and we're going to have to ask that the door don't hit you, where the good Lord split you. Can we get an amen? Now, that disclaimer came out of nowhere. There was like nothing that prompted that. I go through, for those folks, I'm pretty sure you all know by now, I suffer from bipolar disorder. One of the things with bipolar disorder is mania. Mania makes me talk really fast, and I get really excited, overly excited, uncomfortably excited about stupid things, and I will ramble. And I don't exactly know what I'm saying. The first time I said it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Every once in a while, it'll get changed up and I'll say it differently, but essentially it's all the same thing. You're going to hear kids, dogs, and everything else. And that's because when I first started YouTube, there's a couple of crotchety bitches that would love to go to people's channels, and they were other creators as well. They would go to people's channels and tell them that it was too distracting in their live because they had stuff going on in the background. It would make people feel ashamed that they had kids or pets or people in the background making noise while they were live, because apparently they love dead silence and just hearing, people breathe. And I got really upset by this because I was in a live once and I saw another creator do this to a creator, and I was like, I bet you won't do that crap to me. And I knew that that creator watched my live streams, or she came and attended my live streams. So I came up with that disclaimer for one particular person because she would go into people's live stream and tell them how they should do their live streams. And I'm like, I want people to see what a real live stream is like. I want people to see, and I try to be as transparent and real with y'all as I possibly can. And I have 2 children, a husband that loves video games, 2 giant dogs, and 2 ferrets. There is no way in the hell that I'm going to tell the people that live in this house, especially one of the ones that pays the rent here, that they have to be quiet while I do a live stream. Y'all hear stories about Maggie. The least she can do is walk around and ask me questions. You get to hear stories about my son. You don't hear her talk to him much, but when he comes out, I'm not going to be like, shut up, don't say nothing. One, my husband pays rent here, so if it wasn't for him paying rent and the bills for the house, y'all wouldn't even have me as a creator here on YouTube. So I'm not going to tell him to be quiet or turn his game down. My dogs, I can't help you with that. I can't control the dogs. They're dogs. They do what they do. Dogs bark. They like to play. They're big babies, and I'm not going to be like, y'all need to quiet down. So that's where all that essentially came from. That essentially came from me just getting tired of seeing people feel and being made to feel as if they had to act a certain way in order to get people to like them. And I'm like, Nah, if you don't like what you see, there are other channels out there you can watch. If I'm too extra for you, go find less, okay? That's my new motto. If I'm too extra for you, go find less. Because I am not the one or the two. So don't come messing with me. Hang on a second. There is a tiny human at my door. All right, sorry about that. One of the little kids came to play with Maggie. So yeah, so that's where the disclaimer came from. It just came from, I got tired of seeing people trying to pretend or being told that they have to pretend like they're perfect in order to get viewers and to be liked on YouTube. Like, I can't tell you how many times creators would come to me and say, nobody's going to watch you because you act like that. You need to act a little bit more proper than that. You need to do this. And that's why I had such a disdain for a lot of the creators here on YouTube in the craft diamond painting world, is because they would like to go around telling people how they should and shouldn't be. And, you know, and I don't feel that if you have to pretend like you're something that you're not just to get people to like you, then do they actually like you or the person you're pretending to be? I am very much a very extra, very out there going type person. I'm not your everyday YouTuber. I clap back at my haters and give them the middle finger with my success. And I'm not going to be apologetic for who I am or how I am. And you get the real me. So, like, if you were to meet me out in public versus talk to me, like, when you're watching me on YouTube, it's the same thing. I don't want to ever walk into or meet someone and then be like, wow, she's a lot different in person. No, I'm the same. I am loud. I talk a lot. I talk fast. I trip over my words. I still can't read. I might be a little bit more crotchety just because, like, if you meet me and I happen to be, like, walking my dogs or something, like, they have to pee on every tree that they see, and that might make me a little irritable. But, yeah, I don't want somebody to meet me and be like, oh, she's not the same. Ask Debbie. When she met me, I was the same person she saw on YouTube. So, yeah. I got tired of people pretending to be stuff that they're not. And that's why my biggest thing that I tell people is stop pretending to be stop pretending to be somebody else. Continue to just be you. So, there's that. So, thank you so much, Eden, for that question. The next question comes to us from Sarah Price. And she says, hi, Miss Coffee. Hey. I love your channel and the stories. My question is, does Mr. Coffee like sweet snacks or salty or both? He likes both. Mostly salty. Like, I think his favorite snack is potato chips. Or not potato chips, potato sticks. He's a weird guy. What's his favorite snack? Potato sticks. If it's not potato sticks, I don't know, because he likes lots of things. He doesn't have, like, a particular favorite. Have you ever done a DP from FG Normal? Yes, a couple of them actually. Or just the other crafts. Other crafts? Like the other crafts that they offer? No, I've never done the other crafts that they offer. What would be your craft to do from them? I don't know. I haven't been on their website in a while. What other? I lied. I did a punch needle from them. I love punch needle. So, punch needle? I guess. So yeah. So that is actually all of the questions from the community tab and from the Facebook group. So thank you guys so much for your questions for this week. I really, really appreciate it. I will go ahead and put up the picture of Louise for next week. And if I have less than, say, I don't know. Because it's got to be hard on you guys to ask me questions, especially if you've watched Q&As number 1 through 10, or even now this one, because pretty much everything you need to know, or probably wanted to know, is in those Q&As. So at some point, this Q&A thing will stop. But for right now, feel free to keep asking questions. So, with that said, I'm going to get out of here, because I got stuff to do. So, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns about this video, in the comment section below, you know how we do, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But until then, please remember to stay crafty, stay caffeinated, stay safe, and always try to remember to be kind to others, because you never know what they're going through. Be courteous, because it's the right thing to do, and always stay cool. Bye now.